What's going on, everybody? Bo here from Condi Systems. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Friday. How was your week? How you doing? How's everything going in your world? Here at Condi, everything's going great. Here with me, RodeoBo, everything is also doing great. I am glad that the week has come to an end, though, and I can get a little relaxed, a little R&R. But yes, good afternoon to all of you out there. Watching in Condiland, we've got Chuck, Awesome, Michelle, Nancy. Everybody check in. Let me know you're watching. I've got a whole bunch of mugs in front of me, and I'll tell you what, we're going to talk about mugs a lot today. There's a lot of mugs here, and one of them has coffee in it, and one of them has poison in it. So we'll see if I accidentally drink the poison or if I have the coffee today while I'm doing this. How are you guys doing? What's up, Miriam? That is some good coffee. I've got my special Friday mug rocking today. That's right. I do have a mug problem. I do. I have one too many mugs, and that's what we're going to be talking about today is mugs. But I also want to talk about some other things because you're going to need something to start off to do mugs with sublimation. You're going to need something like a printer, right? That's right. You're going to need a sublimation printer. And I'll tell you what, we've got a whole bunch of them right now. We are stocked to the gills of Epson F170 sublimation printers. They print, mug size paper, which I can't think of right now. What is that? Like 8.5 by 4 or 5, something like that. Up to 8.5 by 14. It's a solid, great printer. It comes in at $449, so you can get that for less than $450. If you're on the fence right now, I hate telling people this, because I think it feels salesy, and I don't really like to be salesy. I kind of pride myself on being the world's worst salesperson, but they are, Epson has talked about and sent emails. I haven't looked into it though, but prices are going to start increasing on Epson stuff come June 1st. We'll say the first week of June, because I don't remember if it's June 1st or the 8th for some reason. But you're going to want to look into that. I don't remember what exactly was going up, if everything was. But right now, that Epson F170 is $449. It's a great, great, great printer. It's, when you invest in an Epson printer, you're investing in Epson's ecosystem. So you're getting their ink, their tech support, you are getting the warranty, you're getting a printer that was built, designed, all from the ground up for you for sublimation. So I check out that Epson F170. If you're looking to go a little bit larger, I know Miriam, my computer's over here and I'm pointing at you, Miriam. I know Miriam's got that Epson F570 and she'll tell you right now, greatest decision in her life was getting that Epson F570. Hands down, greatest decision. She's made no other greater decision than that, I'm sure. And she says there's no such thing as too many mugs if you use them. That's right. There is no such thing as too many mugs. I've got a whole bunch of them in here. We're going to get muggy, but check out the Epson F570 if you're interested. That comes in at right around $25.50, I believe. Right around there. Yes, Darren, you need to get in on that F570. Prices are going to be going up on that, unfortunately. And but the tariff thing that was going on, I'm not an economic or an economic person, all those sort of things, or a political person. So I can't really describe any of that sort of things besides, paying more for something sucks. And prices going up sucks, because once they go up, they hardly ever come down. Let's be honest. Nobody's ever like, you know what, we're going to reduce prices. And yeah. So I really don't like talking about them, but it seems that we may be a little in the clear right now. And I will say we do have a shipment on the way, so we are restocking up. This is going to kind of hurt us in the long run for our summer forecasting. And, it's going to put us behind. I wanted to start actually going into June, and it's weird saying June, but I wanted to start looking into getting all of our Christmas supplies in so they'd be here in the middle of July, do Christmas in July, then get our Black Friday stuff in and our back to school stuff and all of that, and just keep on rocking. But you know what? It wouldn't be an adventure if everything went correct. Now, would it? That's been my life motto lately. And I think it's great because you know what? It really wouldn't be an adventure if you had to, if everything went right, if everything went to plan, you know. Oh, so Darren, we will take that. We will take that. The brand new grandkid and an SG 1000 trade in for an Epson F570. We'll take that all day long. But Darren, seriously, if you're really looking for one, I can't really take a grandkid. That's just a joke. Just so everyone knows, we're not taking grandkids here. But you can email me bo@condi.com, or you can go ahead and give us a call 1-800-826-6332, and whoever answers the phone, we can work on deals, packages, and prices, whatever we got going on. So bo@condi.com, I can see what I can do for you, or give us a call 1-800-826-6332. That is right. So what's wrong with you? Absolutely nothing, besides the fact that it is a sawgrass. That's what Darren is saying, is that nothing's wrong with it. Oh, the 6 a few hours ago. Congratulations, Darren. Congratulations. That is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I wish you the best luck and the best love and the best life for all of that. That's what makes life special. Nancy, I'm not really going to I'm not going to say very much here, to answer your question, because this is really your crossword puzzle to figure out like what works best for you. But I can tell you right now that Epson does manufacture their own printers. They make them, they manufacture them. Epson's got a lot of printers. They know the printer business. They've been in the printer business for a very long time. Actually, that's a good thing to look up. I should know how long Epson's been in the business. They make their own inks, all right? You get a 140 milliliter bottle of ink. It's bottle fed into the tank. I want to say that cost per milliliter is 29 cents, and cost per milliliter is with Sawgrass. Something equivalent is to the Epson F170 to the Sawgrass 500. You're looking at Epson at 29 cents a milliliter and Sawgrass at about $2.83, if I remember correctly. So there's a big difference there. Sawgrass, or not Sawgrass, Epson, if you go to Epson's website, you will see a technical support number that you can call. Now, I'm not going to say anything. Last time I checked, Sawgrass did not have a technical support number on their page. Epson, Sawgrass, is a little bit expensive and all that. The Epson F570, when you break it down, is $2,550, I believe. So we'll say $2,600 right now. That is going to come with 3 rolls of paper. So it comes with 2 17-inch by 100-foot rolls and a 24-inch by 100-foot roll. The smallest you can put into that is a 13-inch roll. It also takes sheet media, and I think the smallest sheet media might be 13 by 19. I want to say maybe 11 by 17. Maybe 11 by 17 is the smallest on that. But it also comes with 2 sets of inks and 2 waste tanks. So you get all of that for that price. And when you are looking at Sawgrass, something like an SG 1000 in the similar price range, you're looking at about $1,900. Then you got to add on an extra, for the $1,900, you can print 11 by 17. If you want to do 13 by 19, you got to add $250 to get into their bypass tray to hook on. So $1,921.50 is about what you're looking for on a Sawgrass to do 13 by 19. It does not come with an extra set of ink, and it does not come with an extra waste tank. And some people might throw in paper and all those sort of things, but pretty much after your first replacement ink into your printer, the Epson F570 is a cheaper better option. And I shouldn't say cheaper, I should say more economically priced. It's going to cost you less because it is a professional printer. It also comes with the Epson Edge Print Pro software, which is absolutely amazing. It will let you do like tiling, if you call it tiling, ganging, or the other thing that people call it, putting a whole bunch of jobs on there. It does it automatically for you. You set your spacing. It does all your color profiling. You can download all those sort of things and just say, I'm putting it on this paper for this substrate, and bam, it knows exactly what to do. It's pretty easy. Oh, wow. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon said that the first mini printer was the EP01 and by Epson, and it was launched in 1968. I would have said that it was earlier than that. But, Epson does, I am Team Epson, though, for the only pure fact that they have Shaq as their role model. So that is my... that is my thing, Epson there. So yeah, you're going to want to get some sort of printer to do mugs and all of that. We can talk about Epsons all day long. If you want to know more information on Epson printers and all of that, please email me, bo@condi.com, or give us a call, 1-800-826-6332, and we'll talk about Epsons all day long. Sadly, though, I don't know how to turn an Epson F570 into a ham sandwich maker. I'm sorry about that, okay? That's the one thing I cannot do. Yeah. So today we're doing Mug Madness. Let's get away with this. Today we're doing Mug Madness. I talked about Epson, great printers. I don't know if you guys know this, talking about printers and everything, and this has maybe 2 or 3% to do with mugs, okay? But Wednesday, we had Vince on for our Condi Live series. We had Vincent from DTF Station, and he talked about all of the things with the DTF station. And, it was pretty much a thing on, are you ready to meet the DTF Station R-Series printers? They have the R1 and the R2 and the R2 Pro and all of that. It was a great webinar. So if you're on the fence thinking about a DTF printer, go to conditv.com and check out that video. Vincent's very, very knowledgeable. I love DTF Station. I've been following them since the beginning, and actually Vincent emailed me after I think it was yesterday or whatever, and I noticed that it said that he's the director of sales. So I just wanted to say congratulations. That makes me happy to see young people and people succeeding and people growing up in companies growing up and companies succeeding. I love it. It's great. He breaks down a whole bunch of things about how, the R1 has one print head and the R2 has two print heads, what you can do with the different print heads, how you can use these at home. But he also talked a little bit about UV DTF printing, which is a process that uses UV curing ink, and it prints onto a film, and then there's lamination and varnish involved, and you can actually put that on drinkware like mugs and tumblers and stuff like that. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. I think it's pretty cool. Wendy, email me or call 1-800-826-6332. We make our operators stand. They are standing by on their heads, okay? We make them do handstands. They're handstanding by, okay? That's what it is. Our operators are handstanding by. The blood is rushing to their head, so they're going to give you a crazy sick deal if you call right now, 1-800-826-6332. Tell them that RodeoBo sent you, and they can probably stop doing that handstand now. Okay, so yes, that call right now, Epson F570. I don't blame you if you're going to go jump in on that. That's awesome. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah. So we've got a lot coming up. I've been doing a little bit of research this week. The retro 80s and 90s dance party. Retro has never looked this fresh. Will be happening next Friday. Which next Friday is, I don't even know the date for next Friday. Today is what, the 16th? So it's like today plus 7 or something is what we're going to be doing. And we're going to look into, how retro affects the emotional state of people during the buying process. We'll probably go into some color palettes from I'm going to throw in some 70s color palettes in there too, because I liked the 70s color palettes as well, maybe even the 60s, but we're going to get into some color palettes, talk about color combinations. So I want you to bring your slap bracelet, your swatch, and your cassette tape. I need you to bring your pencil to rewind your cassette tapes, and your vinyl record player, and all that is May 23rd next week. It's going to be a great time. It really is. I did promise, I think, in the description that I would dance, but I'm not holding you to that. You don't have to watch that part. Yeah, so we got all of that going on. What's going on, Heather? So we got all of that going on, and then we're going to be getting into some summer sizzling sublimation side projects, shenanigans, and that will be on, if there's a May 30th, that'll be on May 30th or June 2nd, I feel like. But yeah, we're going to be doing all this sort of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, so check it out. Always stay, you're always welcome. So today we are talking about mugs and different ways to do mugs, and how many mugs we have, how many combinations of mugs. It is crazy how many we have. Some honorable mentions. This is the SSB 16W, I believe. Yeah, I think it's the SSB 16W. This is not a mug, all right? We are defining a mug as drinkware first, maybe drinkware, but it has to have a handle, okay? So we have mugs and we have tumblers. Mug has handle, tumbler does not, okay? So that's how we're defining it. So a shot glass is a tumbler, right? We've got some other interesting things, but this is not a mug, but this right here is a great deal. We've got these on insane clear out on Condi.com right now. I think these are $2 on Condi.com right now. It is the SSB 16W. It's great. It's a kid's water bottle. It doesn't have to be a kid's water bottle. It can just be your adventure water bottle. You don't always need a lot. You could, I'm not judging if you fill it up, with vodka or tequila, whiskey, something like that. You could put some Everclear in here and just go out and have yourself a good old day, or you can put some water in here and do some hydration. Now, if you're looking to get over that $150 mark for free shipping, this is a good object right here for you to get over that. So we've got that, and these work in everything we're showing today, like the DK3, the DK3D, and we also have the Oven 36L, which is the DTF station oven. It's a great oven combo, and we'll be talking about that. All right, so that's an honorable mention. This also works. This is the TUM 218. It is the clear silver gloss version of the skinny tumbler. We also have a white version, which is TUM 217. It's the classic skinny tumbler. Works great in everything we're talking about. This is also one here. It's the SSH 33W. That's right. And this right here, I should have brought a can with me. And this thing is really gross on the inside. But because we actually use this one, I think, at sometimes, because this is Rachel's, and this is a great, you put a can in here and it keeps your can all nice and cool. It keeps your hand nice and warm, and it doesn't leave condensation places. So this works in everything we're talking about today. So just because we're talking about mugs does not mean that tumblers don't work. Yes. Yes, I am using my DSLR, my Canon 90D as my mic stand. It works perfect as a mic stand. It's the most expensive mic stand on the market. I'll tell you that right now. Those can coolers really work. They do. I love these things. I'm a Yankee. I am from Detroit. I am from the cold most of the time. I don't understand this sort of stuff. But like down here, cold drinks leak water on the outside, and it's crazy. These things keep your hands cool, or they keep your hands not cool, but warm, dry. They keep your hands normal, okay? So you're not having a wet, cold hand. It keeps the table from getting all that. These are great. These might even be on special. We might have a whole bunch of those. Now, something you're going to want to look out for is this right here. And this is the TUM 221. It is a milkshake tumbler. And yes, this will bring all the boys to the yard. 60% of the time, all of the time. This will bring all the boys to the yard, and this just makes me happy. Now, this has a taper in it, so you're going to have to watch out for that, and you might have to use something like the Oven 36L over here for stuff like that. It won't work in a straight-walled tumbler mug press. Okay. So you're talking the TUM 221? No, I do not know the cost on that. But I can go to this place called Condi.com. It's the greatest store in the world. And we can just type in TUM 221 and see if I was right, because I was just making that up. It might be TUM 222. Well, TUM 222 is that. Do we not have any of these in stock? We might not actually have any of those in stock. We might only have the silver ones, the TUM 222. You know, these are about $9 for one of these. I'm sure we can work out a deal on something like that if you call in right now or email me. I don't think we have any of the white ones. I think we just have the clear ones. I swore we had some of the white ones in stock. No, it's okay, Heather. That is absolutely my job. I was just talking because it's probably boring just looking at me type over there. So I'm just making noises to keep you guys entertained and all that. And I love looking up prices. I love talking sublimation. Bo at Condi.com. We can talk about sublimation. Now, I'll tell you what. Last week we did a live, and I was looking. So we have ceramic mugs pretty much. Hold on. We have ceramic mugs. They come in 11 ounce, 15 ounce, and 20 ounce. I love the 20 ounce. And I knew that I grabbed or touched or did something with the 20 ounce, the mug 20 last week. And I, during the live, I was like, looking, and I'm like, where the heck is this thing? I know I touched it. And then, I don't know, whatever. I forgot about it, right? So I couldn't find it. And, oh, it's right here. I have this one here that's been sublimated, a mug 20 with some water in it. So I grabbed that one so I'd have one today. And then I we have these things. They're stainless steel enamel camp mugs, and they come in 4 different colors. They come in white with a silver top. They come in a greenish gray, pink-ish color, and a white with a black top. And I'm looking around, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking around. But before I was looking around, I had the oven up here because I had it up here I was using it and playing around with it and stuff. And I put it down on the wall, and the door was facing the wall, so I'm seeing the backside of it. Now, I'm walking around, and eventually I'm just throwing everything around, and I am using every curse word ever imaginable, possible, plus more, looking for these mugs. And I'm like, I know I have them here. They're here. I know they're here. And, after like 20, 25 minutes of looking everywhere, I gave up for them. And then, I'm setting up for the live today, and I put this up here, and all of them were inside of the oven. My light went off on the oven, and yes, I put a light in there so you could see stuff. But they were in this oven the entire time. The entire time they were just put in this oven to just be out of the way. So, yes, we do have camp mugs in here. And these are absolutely great. They're adorable. I think these are absolutely adorable. If you're going out with the ladies, going camping with the ladies or the kids or whatever, I think they're absolutely adorable. I love the camp mugs. Very, very easy to image. They look great. They look rustic, but they also look elegant at the same time. Love them. So we have the CM11, the CM12, the CM13, and the CM14. So CM stands for camp mug. You're going to want to go to Condi and check those out because these right here are great. You can, you could put your drink in there. You could have your, I don't even know what kind of drink you would have because I'm going to talk about s'mores and marshmallows and something like that. But if you want to put, some liquor in there and have some sort of cocktail, you be you, okay? Because you know what? You only live once and you should have fun. And these are great. So, you know, every color might not be for you. You might just want the classic right here, the white with the silver. This is a #1 seller. You know, you never know. The #1 seller at Conti.com of all time is the Mug 11. That is the #1 seller. People love mugs. They cannot get enough mugs. Yes. What are the 4 mugs behind you? Well, that's funny you say that, because that's something we can get into too. So we do have laserable mugs, and we do, and we have them right here. These are the 40-ounce style, and I'm calling Stanley out on this. They call them Stanley tumblers, but they have handles on them, so they're mugs. Okay, we do have a whole bunch of laser type stuff. This one right here has a copper top on it. If you can see that, it has a copper top. Reminds me of a Duracell battery. So this is the Duracell version right here. We have the Duracell in white. We have the Duracell in black. We have it in white. So it's got a copper. We've got a silver. You know, these all come in black and white. And we've also got this one comes in a rainbow. All sorts of different finishes on the top. Now, these are laserable only. There are some polar camel sublimation stuff on the website, so go to Conti.com. At the bottom, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's a polar camel little button you can click on, and that'll show you all the polar camel stuff. You can also just type in polar camel into the search bar. That probably would bring them up as well. And all, if not most if not all is the words I'm looking for, of their tumblers start with STM. So yeah, laserable here. Those are great options. We also have these over here, and I'm not sure if I'm cheating or not with these being mugs, because I said mugs have handles, right? But these guys are water bottles, and they've got handles on their tops. So I'm calling these water bottles. They are also mugs, okay? Because they have a handle on the top. It's a little handle. You can use it as a handle, you know. So here is one that's been lasered. You can see it's got the rainbow going on in it. So it's got the rainbow finish. Feels really good. Me, if it was me and I was using this, I'd pick at it and I would let you know if how long that stays on there and all that. But yeah, we have a lot of laserable tumblers and mugs on Conti.com, so you can check that out if you have the capability to do some lasering. Maybe one of these days I will. Yeah, I guess they are calling them hydro flasks, which I do have a flask here, the Flask 08, I believe. We will be getting in more of these in stock on our next shipment. You know, I don't know why these always seem to be out of stock for Father's Day. It's crazy. Maybe we'll get them in for Father's Day. I don't know when Father's Day is, to be honest with you. But yeah, the Flask. The Flask is an interesting sort of drinkware. Yes, you can press it in your heat press, but you're only going to get certain areas pressed in it. Maybe if you put a piece of green rubber padding over it, you could, you know, get more of an area. That's something, you know, if you want to play around with, you can. Maybe one of these days I will. It's not something that's like highly recommended. Always make sure you take the cap off, because you never want to heat this up. More stock than give, sure. So yes, the Flask is something you're going to want to get something like an oven over here, a combo oven to do. But the Flask is a great seller. I think the Flask 08 should be your #1 seller. I can't, I've said this before, and someone came out and said immediately a situation, but there's no situation, there's no event that a Flask should not attend. All right. So yeah, Polar Camel is the best. Yeah, I like Polar Camel. It's a great quality. I guess it would be drinkware. They make great quality drinkware. They do. They really do. Cheers. I see a lot of people, out in the wild when I'm allowed to leave my house. I see a lot of people on the streets using polar camels. I am a weird person and asking all those sort of things. So yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, but we also have Color Like Glass. Color Like Glass is pretty awesome. It comes in a lot of different shapes. I have 8x8 here and 8 by, I think, 8x11, 8x4, no, 8x11. I don't know, but it comes in a lot of shapes, a lot of things. You put your own colors on it, though. That's right. Color Like Glass. Check out CSK for all of those sorts of things. I'm going to get these out of here. They'll be in a few weeks. Hopefully, we'll see. It wouldn't be an adventure if everything went right. And when you're looking at drinkware like mugs and tumblers and stuff like that, you're also going to want to look into a side companion, like something like you could pair them all up with this right here, which is an apron. This is my apron. We're going to start putting patches all over it. It's going to be awesome. But you can do those sort of things, pair it up with kitchenware. You can pair it up with some more linen, like these linen coasters, the 4x4 coasters. We've got, I always remember, I was going to check and see if we have stock of these, but we've got the sandstone coasters. We've got them. It's the SSC 16 and 17, maybe 15, because one of them's a car coaster. I don't remember what they are, but we've got them in rectangular and round, because it's hip to be square because you won't be around. That's right. So check those sort of things out too to pair with your drinkware. Might help you. Another thing that I use quite often is this is my mouse pad. It is I would say it's the PM 1812. If I had to guess, I would say it's the PM 1812. It's a mouse pad. I use this as a mouse pad, but I also use this, for drinkware and stuff on tables to keep tables. It is what I like to say, and I'm bringing this back if Miriam's still out there. It is my Texas size coaster. You need a Texas size coaster. The placemat is really, really good. What's going on, D? So yeah, we've got all of that going on. Oh, the Mug 11 here. This got moved. We've got our Friday Live, #1 Friday Live, the Harley Davidson, original Harley Davidson logo, distressed, right here on the Mug 11, the classic Mug 11 of all time, right here. We've also got the Mug 11, but it's its bigger brother or sister. I don't know. I'm not really sure. But yes, it's the Mug 11, the Mug 15. So when 11's not enough and you need those extra 4 ounces, let's go for the Mug 15. I like the Mug 15. I really do. It's I'm weird. I like to test and see, how the hands fit in there, how many fingers fit, how comfortable it is. What am I drinking in right now? I am drinking in a Mug 11. I love the Mug 11. It is one of my favorites. I was going to say something to you, Miriam, about Texas and all of that, and I don't remember what happened in your city the other day. I was going to ask what you were up to. New to the party, what size mug is the bigger one on your left? Does it fit in the mug press? So that's what we're going to get into here right now, the fun, okay? Does it decay? Because I don't know what all decays, to be honest with you. We've got these two. This probably will decay. I got to take the top off. This is the Mug SS22. You got to take the top off to talk about it. It's the Mug SS22. I don't know how many of these we have in stock, but call me, email me, 1-800-826-6332, bo@condi.com. We can definitely work on something on these. And this is the Mug 18S right here. We can definitely work on these. We're going to find out if all of these fit in the Mug DK3D. Now, the DK3D... The DK3 is the smaller one. It fits one mug in there, part of a tumbler. And we also have the DK3D, which is bigger if it's 2 mugs, if it's the whole skinny tumbler. So if you want a full wrap on a tumbler, you're going to want to go for the mug, the DK3D. Both are great. Both are great. Does Condi have USA manufactured mugs? Currently, we don't. We did. We are looking to get back with our USA mug distributor. The USA mugs are fantastic. They're the Cadillacs. They do cost a lot more. I think they're double the price, if not a little bit more. But they're great mugs. I don't have one of them here with me because we don't have them. But yeah, we are looking to get those back in stock. So I've got this right here. I think that Darren talked about the Stein. The Stein, this is the Stein, and this is a great. This is one of my favorites. My absolute favorites to drink out of is the Stein at home. This right here is the Tankard 22, and we also have the Stein 22, I believe, and then we have the Stein 22G. This one does not have the gold on it, but it does have Kaneka, my cat, on it. Looking at the white one, top right. This one up here. This is just a mug 15. If this is the same mug as this one right here. I just happen to have that up there too. What was your question? I don't even remember if I answered your question. Oh no. Oh yeah, does it fit in the mug press? So let's get to that. All right. So something else I want to talk to before we get in the mug press is I have this here, and this is the camp mug. All right. What's a camp mug-ish? It's, oh good Lord. Aha. This is the Mug 47 right here. All right. It's got the speckles on it. We also have it in white. It's got this thick black top. Okay, I got you. It's got this thick black top rim on it. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like the handle. The handle's like squared off here. It's very comfortable in the hand. But as I said, I have a mug problem, and I'm sorry, this one's actually been used, and I had to pull this out. What I did was I drilled a hole into the bottom of it because I wanted to, play a prank on somebody. So if you ever want to play a prank, you can drill a hole in the bottom of it. But no, seriously, I drilled a hole in the bottom of it because I use it as a plant holder outside. So, just because you have mugs doesn't mean you have to drink out of them. You can also use them as plant holders. I put a screen in there with some rocks and some dirt and a succulent and all of that. But the succulent died and all of that. And yeah. So what I did is I used a ceramic drill bit to drill through it, and you can kind of see that there was a little bit of cracking, but not bad. I think I taped it and maybe put water there to help with the friction. But yeah, you can do stuff like that if you mess up mugs. These make great other things, besides drinking. So we are bringing out the DK3. I didn't turn on the DK3. One of my favorite features of the DK3 is if you want to get ripped, you can just do bicep curls with it like this. You can turn it around and do them this way if you want. That's how you get the big guns for the summer. You just do bicep curls all day long with your DK3. Okay. That's what you do with them. So this right here is the GeoKnight DK3. All right. This is my favorite mug press. I prefer this over the DK3D. I do. I prefer this over the DK3D, but I am not doing mass production and those sort of things. So I'm just doing like one mug. One more. Okay, one more. Tanker 22 looks like a smaller handle. Does it fit in a man's hand? Well, we'll first have to find a man here. I guess I'm the only one here that's going to have to do. The tankard, let's see. 3 fingers fit in the tankard, one underneath. So thumb on top. It's weird, I think, that when you get in this you start noticing the way that things fit in your hand and all of that. It's very, very comfortable. You know, I could see putting beers in this thing and just having an amazing time with this. Like that. But this right here is the Stein. I guess the Stein fits 4. So it is a little bit smaller than the Stein, but the tankard is a little bit stubbier. Not to talk bad about you. We're not body shaming you, okay? Okay, tankard. It's okay the way you're shaped. All right, so we have the DK3D here. It's got its little timer thing over here. When it's plugged in, you can see all those things. So it's got its time, it's got its temperature and all the readout things in there. It's not too complicated. It's got a handle. It's a lot easier when you're facing it the right way towards you. It's got right here, it's got its pressure knob. You can tighten and loosen your pressure just like that. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can. You can also put a wrench in here and wrench it, you know, to do all of those things. And sorry, Nancy, I do amuse myself. You saw which like you saw a 15-ounce just like this. That would be kind of cool. So yeah, you just do that and press it. So this right here is our standard 11-ounce mug. You know, you would have your design on it and you press. Now, one thing when you press with a mug press, you don't need Godzilla, Donkey Kong, you know, nuclear pressure in there. It just needs to have a pretty good solid, you know, just touch. That's it. If you press too hard, you will break the handle. You will break it. You will break it. Okay. I've heard of a lot of people saying that their mug presses are defective because they're breaking handles, but it's because they have too much pressure. So, you know, a Mug 11 fits perfect in there. You just want a little bit of pressure. It takes about 4.5 minutes to do each mug in something like this. Now, the Oven 36L, you can do a whole bunch of more mugs. I'd want to say, oh boy, I should know this, but you can do more mugs than that, like 6. I don't think you can do 12. Maybe you can do 12. I don't know. But you can do more in there, but it's going to take a little bit longer. All right. So this is your bet if you want fast one real quick. You know, easy peasy. So the Stein, I got to tighten this. So, you know, it's either going to be too small or too big for the DK3. Now, I know that the Stein fits in here. Yep, there we go. The Stein fits in just perfect. Just perfect. You know, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, all of those sort of things apply. So the Stein, yes, this DKs. The Mug 11, what do I do with the Mug 11? The Mug 11 DKs, right? Yes. Something like... Where were we at? This guy right here, the tankard. Now, I know the tankard does not fit in here. I'll prove it to you right now. It's a little bit too big. So the tankard does not fit. If you're looking for something like the tankard is a no-go. The 15-ounce mug, the 15-ounce mug should fit. Is this... What am I doing here? What are we doing? The 15-ounce mug fits in the DK3. So now we got this mug here. This is a camp mug. Now the camp mug has the lip on it. So nope, the Mug 11, not the Mug 11, the Mug 46 and 47 does not fit in there. All right. So oh yeah, my Mug 20 is in here, isn't it? We've got the Mug 20 here, and the Mug 20 does not fit. So those do not fit in there. We're going to put this over here. You know, your skinny tumbler This definitely fits in there. It might be a little bit loose, and if it is loose, you can always wrap it with a green rubber pad around it. You know, just go ahead and heat up that green rubber pad before you do it. But you know, Tum 217, 218 definitely fit. Those DK. This guy right here, which I think it's the Stein 22. I should be writing all this down. Maybe I'll go back and I'll write all this down. Keep those all over there. The Stein 22. Now it's got this big, we'll say, well, I don't want to be saying anything. It's got this big rear end on it, okay? But that's okay. So I think the Stein 22 will fit in here. I don't think I've ever done a Stein 22 in the DK3, but it fits in there just like that. The big Stein, were you talking about this Stein here? Because that fits in there. These all fit. So this Stein fits. Yeah, we got those over there. We'll put this. We'll move these over here so they're out of our way. This guy right here that I talked about, the SSH 17W, these fit in there. This right here, is this the same thickness? So something like this, the SSB 16W will fit in the DK3, but this is probably going to need a green rubber pad wrapped around it. Oh, this is something I did not talk about. This is one of my favorites. It's the Tum Hug 22, okay? Now, you can't get this bottom part, but you can get the top part to fit in there. That will fit in the DK3 and sublimate just perfect in there. If you want a full 20, a full all the way around, what you do is you press, and then you are going to just go ahead and turn it 90 degrees or 180 degrees, however many degrees, to get that back in there, and it works perfect. So those all work really good in there. Does this guy work? Something like this, which is the Mug SS18 or something. This would work, but you're not really going to want to push too hard because you will. It's not as resilient as those. So, this will work. Something like this, you get it in there, the handle. That fits in there, the Mug 22. The Mug SS22 fits in there just perfect. So give me a call on those. The Stein, right? This Stein, yeah, the Stein fits. The Stein fits in there. You're just not going to be able to. This Stein fits. You're pretty much. Oh well, I guess it does have a lip on it. Hold on here. Oh. I did not even think about that. So the Stein has a little bit of a lip, as you can see here and here. So this might not actually work in here. You could possibly wrap a green rubber pad around it to get it to push in. But, yeah, you might get a little wonky pressure on this. I'm going to move this one over here. Now we have this, which is the camp mug. And you can get these to work in there. I don't think I've ever done one of these in here either, because I don't think I've ever even put one of them in here. But a camp mug, you could put a camp mug in there and get a camp mug to work. You just got to make sure that the lid is the lip is sticking out. So yeah, those are a lot of the things. The tankard doesn't fit. Something like this is not going to fit. Something with a taper and yeah, all of those sort of things, they look good. So that is the DK3. It's my favorite mug press on the market, hands down. I think GeoKnight is my favorite. The the DK20S is the best press on the market. I mean, it honestly makes me excited. That press, I love talking about that press. I love using that press. That's a heat press there. They also have the DK14S, which is a little bit smaller. And if you're using something like the Epson F170, the DK14S is an amazing press. It's made in the United States. I think it's about $750. So it's not going to break the bank. It is kind of heavy, though. So it might break your back. I cannot say enough good things about GeoKnight and all of their presses. They are amazing. Like, those presses make me absolutely happy. I think I want to say it's my favorite product to sell, but I don't think it really is. It's kind of great, actually, when someone has an issue with it, which is pretty rare. But, when there is an issue, I'm excited because I get to reach out to Aaron and kind of mess around with him and see how he's doing. And he fixes the problem immediately. He knows everything that can go wrong. He does not hide problems. He fixes them immediately and moves on with his life, which is absolutely amazing that someone would do that. Just here's the issue. This is what's wrong. I'm sorry. This is the fix. And we all just move on. And it's fixed. You're happy. He's happy. I'm happy. GeoKnight. That should be their slogan. I can't believe I've been talking this long. But yes, we have mugs for sublimation. We have mugs for laser engraving. These mugs will work for UV DTF printing. They will work for UV printing. They will work very, very with a whole bunch of technologies. So yeah, check those out. And now we do have this oven here. It is the DK. I'm sorry, it's not the DK. We already talked about the DK3D. See, I love George Knight. This is the DTF station oven. It is 36. Oh boy, is it 36 liters, which is 1.4 cubic? I don't know. It's like 1/4 the size of your regular home oven, which my home oven's in the middle of my kitchen right now. I have to fix that when I'm done with this. Rachel got a French fry stuck in there, and I have to get that out. But yeah, this is the oven here. I don't remember how much this oven is. It's very, very affordable. It's the oven 36L. Wow. Well, I was going to say this oven is $449, but you know what? You can call up and you can give us $449 for it. But I'll tell you what, this thing is actually $349 even. It's a fantastic deal. It fits a whole bunch of stuff in there. You can do everything that is on this table right here in your oven 36L. It's great because of that. It has versatility to do flasks, weird shaped tumblers and mugs and weird shaped tumblers and all of those sort of things. It also fits larger, like your 40-ounce Stanley tumblers, which are actually mugs, okay? Those are mugs. Let's admit it, those are mugs, all right? And you're thinking like $339, that's a little bit of money because I still need to go out and buy other stuff, right? Well, it also comes with its own heat gun that you're going to use with your sublimation, your Sublishrink. Oh, man. I forgot to grab a Sublishrink, which is, most of the stuff you're going to be looking at your SF79. That is like your jack of all trades, almost fits everything. If I was going to recommend a size, it would be SF79. May not fit everything. It's not good for dog bowls. But, your heat gun here comes with that oven. So for $349, you get a heat gun, you get an oven. These things are usually about $35 if you want to get a heat gun. So that's pretty good. Rodeo math right here, you're paying about $300 for the oven, whatever for this. And you'd be happy. But it also comes with a box full of goodies, which I can't get to because I crammed it in there. But it comes with heat glove. It comes with a little tumbler holder thing. It comes with 2 rolls of shrink wrap, and it comes, I said, a heat glove, shrink wrap. It comes with one random drinkware tumbler type thing, which is fun. You don't even know what's going to be in there. I don't actually even know what's in that one. I've never looked. I should have. But yeah, it's great. So that's the Oven 36L. Go to Condi.com and check that out. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. We talked about mugs. We got a whole bunch of mugs out here. So, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a business in a box. That's what I was going to say. You can get that oven over there for $349. We're just going to say $350, okay? Because we're doing rodeo math here. You can get $350. You throw in that the GeoKnight DK14S. I should look up the 14S price because I could be living in 1999 with my price on it. Oh man, so that right there is $350, right? So you get the oven, the heat gun, all of that sort of stuff. You are ready to rock and roll. You throw in the DK14S. The DK14S is less than $700. It is $695. So for rodeo math here, we're just going to say that it's $700. So for $1,050, you get that. So you throw in that that printer I talked about earlier, that Epson F170 printer, you're talking like what? Less than $1,500 to be able to do tumblers, mugs, 14 press. It's 12 by 14. So you can do 12 by 14 inch things. So most of our things over there are color like glass. They fit in it. Most of that sort of stuff fits in it. So, I'm not really sure where you're going to find a better deal than that to start a business. It's ready to roll. So right now I'd call in and, David's over there, Sharon's over there, Caitlin's over there, Steve is over there. I forget that other guy's name. There's a weird smelly guy there too. You really don't want to talk to the weird smelly guy there. But I know they had a great lunch over there. I didn't have any lunch over here. Just saying, making you feel bad. But yeah, call them right now and let them know you're interested in deals, steals, bargains, because we're ready to churn and burn. We're ready to do all this sort of stuff. David's a guy who's all about gas and no brakes and all of those sort of things. So just make sure that you don't end up with the stinky guy in the corner over there. You don't want him. Make sure you tell them that when you talk and call in, tell them you're interested in the left-handed mugs. You really want the left-handed mug press. Tell them you're ready for the up sexy or the up dog, and see if you can get them with those sort of things. What was the other thing? I don't know. It's Friday. We made it through the week. Yeah, they're not still there. They actually, you got like 45 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm in Central Time. Everything should revolve around Central Time, but go to the website, order. I might turn my phone on and answer calls if you want me to. But I got to fix my oven because I would like to have a frozen pizza for dinner. Okay. We're bringing up sexy to it as well. Call in and tell them you're interested in the up sexy. And when they're like, what's up sexy? You're like, nothing much. What's up with you, dog? Amuse yourself any way you can. Have a good weekend. We'll be back next week for a whole bunch of things going on. Don't forget to check out that DTF thing with Vincent. Great dude. If you ever see Vincent, tell him the Dodgers suck. Make sure he knows that. All right, because of that. All right. So yes, that is about it for this week. Unless you have anything else. Most importantly, have fun. That's it. Well, be safe, have fun. We'll see you next week for the 80s and 90s dance party. And any questions, you know where to reach me, bo@condi.com. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.